So, today we're going to talk about why investing matters. So many people don't think about investing until they're, 5 or 10 years away from retiring, which is okay, that'll work. It's better than nothing, but that's not a way to set yourself up for success. So, for the most part, I am growing a new little raised bed garden thing in my backyard. And so investing is like that. It's like planting a seed. So you're going to invest or plant right now, and slowly over time, you're going to take care of it and it's going to grow. And the rewards are huge. So in my garden, I'm going to have celery and lettuce and carrots and tomatoes and all the things. In my investment account, I'm going to have money and more money and more money and more money so that I can pay my bills when I retire. So it's kind of the same idea. You plant now and it'll grow slowly over time and grow to a point at which you will be very happy. And investing helps you kind of just build wealth and achieve those financial goals that you have, but you weren't really planning for. So if you just automatically invest every month, it's not something that you're having to manually go in and click and move money around and do all that. It's just automatically happening in the background. So you're going to reach those financial goals because that money is automatically being saved for you. And so a lot of people, this is how they're able to buy a home or just retire comfortably, which is what I'm after. And eventually I will probably buy a different home as well. And so I will need money for that. I imagine it'll be more expensive. Well, actually, maybe not. I don't know. But I want to have money available so that I can do those types of things.
Let me interrupt and ask that if you are finding value in what I am sharing with you, please give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. Okay, let's get back to what we were talking about.
And so to get started, it's really, you have to understand the basics in order to make any of this work. So step one should always be to reach out to a financial advisor. Now, I've talked many times before about Ramsey Solutions website, Dave Ramsey's website, and they have a list of of advisors who will help you invest and help guide you with the principles of being debt-free, staying debt-free, and all of that. So I would recommend visiting there. I'll try to remember to put a link down below. But basically, you just want to seek advice from a financial advisor who will help you learn how to invest. Not someone who's just going to do it for you. Because someone who's going to do it for you is not going to teach you so that you understand and so that you know what you want to buy and what you want to get into and what you want to get out of. You have to understand it so that you can make those decisions on your own and use your advisor more as a consultant instead of they're doing everything for you. You have to understand it in order to invest in it, in my opinion. And then, of course, there are different types of investments. This is also something that an advisor can help you with, because there's, regular like one-on-one stocks that you buy, individual stocks. You can buy bonds, you can buy mutual funds, you can buy real estate, you can buy ETFs, and there's all sorts of different things you can invest in. And so you have to figure out what you can afford, and then what piques your interest the most. Now, if you have just a money goal in mind, what interests you may not be number one, may not be your first priority. However, remember, if you're interested in what you're investing in, you'll have more knowledge, most likely, of what those stocks or mutual funds or whatever they are. You'll have more interest in those. You'll know more about them, which helps you make better decisions about them as well. So you should know about them. And then keep in mind, depending on where you invest, the risk is different. So if you have one high risk area, or basically there's 4 different types, but if you have one that's high risk, make sure you have one that's middle or low risk so that you kind of even yourself out across the board. And what you consider to be high risk may be different than what I consider to be high risk, right? If I'm closer to retirement, I'm going to think many more items are risky. Versus if I'm 20 years old, doesn't matter. It does matter, but it's not, you don't have to be as tight. You can have a little bit more risk in your portfolio when you're younger because you have more time. If you do lose something, you have more time to make that back up by the time you retire. So watch the risk, that you have in your investment account and make sure it matches what you're wanting, what you're needing, and most importantly, your timing. And with the risk is also diversifying. So you want to make sure you're not putting 100% of your investments in one single stock or one mutual fund or anything like that. Make sure it's diversified so that if one stock or mutual fund or ETF or whatever crashes, you don't want to be wiped out. You want to have it invested, smartly and across many fields so that you are protected if something happens. The way of our world right now, who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? The whole stock market could crash. It could be, what was that, 1929? We could do that all over again. But if you are invested in multiple areas, like do some overseas investing, do some obviously USA-based investing, and maybe some homes, some housing, who knows? But you figure that out along with your financial advisor. That's what they're there for. They're there to help you. And then there are just some kind of basic investing rules. The best, especially when you're young, is what they consider the dollar cost averaging. And that's just investing a fixed amount regularly, regardless of the market fluctuations. So that's like every month, if I'm 20 years old, every month I'm going to invest $100. And by the time I'm 40, it's going to be worth this much. And it doesn't matter if you're scared and everyone, get your money out of the stock market, it's going to crash at any moment. I haven't heard that yet, but this is kind of where we're aiming for right now. But if you just do the dollar cost averaging and just put money in every month or every week or biweekly or however often, but just do it on a regular basis and don't worry about what the market is saying or doing. If you are in an individual stock, that's when you need to worry about what the market is doing and what that stock is doing. And you may have to jump out. But remember, don't jump out when it's too low, because then you're just jumping out on a loss. You may as well wait till it comes back up, unless the company is dead. But you have to make those decisions with your financial advisor, but make it so that it's the same every month. Maybe some months, like this month, I get a bonus, and so I'm going to put a little bit more in there. And then maybe the month after, I lose my job, and so I'm going to stop, or I'm going to reduce the amount I invest that month. Whatever it is, make the adjustments, but try to keep it the same every month, forever, so that you'll have money for yourself forever. And then index funds are some of the easiest, maybe the easiest and least expensive. I know people are all into the Bitcoin still, and it's not money. It's not. It's made up. It's 100% made up. And so I don't know how I feel about that, but people like index funds, and it's an inexpensive way to get in. And if you only want to do $100 a month, that would be a great way, is to jump into some index funds and put your $100 in every month. Now, in order to start your plan, your investment plan, you need to set your goals. So if you know that when you retire, you want to have $500,000 saved, put numbers into a calculator and figure out how much that means you have to put away every month. I know that if I want to retire at 60, I know that I need to invest $1,000 a month starting last month, okay? And because I didn't start last month $1,000 a month, I'm going to have to wait till I'm 62, because right now it's about $800 because I'm saving that $1,000 for my car every month. So, figure out the numbers and make sure you have a plan so that you can reach whatever goal it is you've set for yourself. And then basically you just open an account. If you're working with a good financial advisor, they will be able to open the account for you, and they will be able to set up what you need. But you need to make sure it's a platform that you're comfortable with, you know how to use, you know how to look up your account at any time. And if you wanted to make changes, consult with your advisor, but you could make the changes if you wanted to. That's important. You want to choose a platform that works for you. You don't want to be stuck in some platform where you don't even know how to log in to see how much money you have. You don't want that. You want to have access to your money so that you can see what's going on. And then basically, we're just going to start small and we're just going to grow. So 10 years ago, I was not able to put away $800 a month. I wasn't able to. And now that I'm able to, I can. And once I buy my car, I'm going to be able to put $1,800 a month, which is fabulous. But make sure that you just start small and you grow every time you get a raise. I talked about a couple videos ago. If you get a raise, if you get a 3% raise. Maybe put all 3% into investments, or maybe put 1.5% into investments and make it an automatic withdrawal or make it an automatic deposit so that you don't have to push buttons and you don't have to think about it. It's just automatic and easy for you. And then it is important to monitor the market, but not so that you get all nervous and jump in and out of accounts or jump in and out of investments and all that. You don't want to do that. You have to be in it for the long haul. If you only have 2 years before you're going to retire, then you got to go smartly, okay? Or you got to work smartly and quickly. If you have 42 years, don't be in there jumping around in 50 different stocks and 40 different mutual funds. Don't do that to yourself. That's too stressful. You want to be able to review your investments, but don't jump in and out unless you need to. If you notice that there's a certain fund that you're in that you're only coming out with about an 8% return every year, that may be one that you may need to adjust, and you may need to move to a different fund to make that, we basically want a minimum of 10% return. That's basically what we're after. The more the better, of course, but minimum of 10% is really what you want. And that's where looking at the mutual funds or the fund, whatever it is you're looking at the history over the course of the last 5 to 10 years can help you decide what can work best for you. And then be aware, like right now I already mentioned, the economic conditions are fun right now, and prices are going up, and it's not something individuals have control over, but it is something you have control over for your future. So if you know that eggs are $1 million a carton, you shouldn't buy eggs. You should go buy a chicken and have some chickens in your backyard or whatever. Maybe not really, but make a plan so that you know, and make sure you're aware of the economic conditions so that you can plan better for the future. If you know that the stock market is going to drop tomorrow, don't look at the stock market. Don't look at it. Because if it drops, like it dropped, I do have one individual stock, and that stock has dropped by $52 since I got in. And that hurts. $52 per share. And that hurts. But I haven't touched it. I'm going to leave it alone. I put in my high sale price. And when I get to that high sale price, that's when I'll sell. If they get down to like $40 or something like that per share, then I'm going to go ahead and jump out. But I don't want to get out while it's low, because it will come back up. That's the way the stock market goes. It goes up and it goes down. It goes up and it goes down. You just have to be there for the long ride. Don't be there for the short ride. Okay? So a couple different things to think about and to do. Make sure that you know enough about whatever investments you're investing in so that you can make smart choices for your future. Definitely work with an advisor, a financial advisor, because they can help guide you, and they look at it every day, all day, so they know better than we do as just regular old Americans. I'm no one special. I work a 9-to-5 regular old job, nothing special. I don't make a lot of money. I don't have time to read 600 different websites about stocks, none of that. So for regular people like us, we want help. We want help from the outside world, the financial advisor. Okay? I think that's all I have for today. Remember to invest in yourself today so you can make a difference for others tomorrow. Give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. I thank you so much for stopping by. Y'all have a great one.